How's it going, everybody? It's your boy JTK, aka Josh Too Cool. It just got really dark just now. Okay, the lighting's usually better because I have a light. I'm sorry. That might be better. I think it's my TV that's ruining it because it goes light and then it goes dark. It's whatever. You guys can see me pretty good, right? I'm recording this on my computer now because the past couple of videos I was using my phone to record, and I found that like the audio was pretty choppy. You guys didn't even tell me. You guys didn't even tell me the audio was choppy. Are you kidding me? But anyway, the audio was kind of choppy, so I'm testing this out. I just tested it out. It seems pretty fine. But let me know what my podcast partner is calling me. While I'm making this video, my podcast partner is calling me. It's the perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. I'll call him back. So anyway, what I'm gonna be talking about is if you guys saw my stretching video last video, I said I was gonna make a video for wrestlers. So I hope, as a wrestler, you're here and you listen to me. But this is actually for beginners. So if you're like an advanced wrestler, an experienced wrestler, this might not be the video for you. So this is for people who are thinking of going into wrestling. Obviously it's not happening. I don't know if it will because this whole pandemic and stuff. But in case it does start back and you're thinking of joining, this video is for you. I'm gonna be giving you a few steps. I don't know how many. I'll give you a few steps to prepare yourself for wrestling season and know what to expect, right? Because I started wrestling in grade 9. I know I said I've been doing martial arts for about 12 years, but wrestling I just started in grade 9, so I've been doing it for about 2 years now. About 2 years now. So I'm gonna give you some tips on how to prepare for wrestling season, so you can be pretty good. You can be you'll surprise people. So step number 1, you want to find what weight class you want to compete in, because weight classes are super important. I know it's a bit different in the States with the weight classes and stuff, but here in Canada or here in Ontario, we go in kg. They always go in kg. They always go in kg, but so if you want to, like, last year I wrestled at, I believe, 64 kilograms. I wrestled at last year. I made it to ASA last year, which is pretty, for like the Americans, it would pretty much be state championships, pretty much. You want to find what weight class you want to compete in, because if you want to compete in a higher weight class than you're already at, then you're going to eat a lot. You're going to want to eat a lot, but not drink a lot of pop. Pop is terrible. If I'm your teammate and I catch you drinking pop after practice, you're going to be very sorry. But you're not going to want to be drinking pop. You just a lot of water and eat a lot if you want to gain weight. However, if you want to maintain the weight, eat, but like, of course, eating is important. You have to eat, but eat like, don't eat too much. Don't eat too much to the point where you're gonna go over that weight and you're not gonna be able to maintain that weight. And when you eat, you gotta work out. Like, say if you eat a big meal, because I know there's those days where you have those huge meals and you're just so hungry, you eat those huge meals. That's fine if that's every once in a while, but make sure you go even harder in the gym or like wherever you work out. Make sure you go hard when you work out and you're pushing yourself to burn those calories that you gained. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you find what weight class you want to compete in, and do what you need to do to get into that weight class. If you have more questions, you can DM me on Instagram or anything. But yeah, find what weight class you want to compete in. Step number 2, you want to. What do you want to do? You want to train. I know it seems kind of obvious, but here's what I mean. you want to go to the gym every day. You want to work out every single day because except you need to take rest days. You definitely need to take rest days. Rest days are very very important because if you're not giving your body the rest that it needs, you're not going to be healthy. If you're not healthy, you can't wrestle. If you can't wrestle, then you shouldn't. There's no point in watching this video. So make sure you're taking those rest days. But if you're feeling great one day, then sure go at it. But don't not work out because you have a little injury or you have a little stuffy nose. You know how many times I went to practice with like a hurt hip, a hurt ankle. Even though my parents have told me not to, I still went with the stuffy nose. That's not safe anymore now though. But like I've went to practice like sore. So because I sometimes work out before practice as well. So that's what you want to do. You want to train every single day, but make sure you're giving your body the rest that it needs. Your body, like taking care of your body, is number one. Like it's number one when you're working out. And stretching as well. I posted that stretching routine. I might post another one. I might, but stretching after you work out is very important. So you can stretch out those muscles. If you don't stretch when you work out, you're gonna feel terrible when you wake up the next morning. I didn't feel that terrible this morning. I felt a bit sore. My rib cage and all that. It's pretty sore. My arms especially, because I worked arms and chest yesterday. So, but I still stretch. It's not as bad as it was going to be. But yeah, work out every day. Number 3, you want to find a training partner. You want to find somebody that already wrestles. If you have a friend that already wrestles, that's perfect. If you don't, then that's okay still. You could, watch videos like this. Watch videos on YouTube of people who did wrestle. Find them and, get a friend. Get a friend to join wrestling. Try and convince him, be like, hey man, I'm joining wrestling. You could join and, be my training partner. So it's always good to find that one partner to train with. However, it could be good and bad for you because you don't want to train with the same person every single practice because yeah, you're going to learn to compete against guys like him, but you're not going to know how to compete against other guys. Right? And especially if it's not in your weight class. Especially if he's not in your weight class, that's going to be a problem. Compete with guys in your weight class or above your weight class. I love competing with guys against that's above my weight class. Even though I'll get beat up, I'll learn from them. Right? I'll learn from them. I'll be like, oh, how'd you do that? If you gotta teach me that. Right? So I love competing. So I'll train with guys better than me, worse than me, same level as me. I don't really like training with guys worse than me, but like when I'm taking it serious, I have no problem like helping others out. Like I don't want that to be taken the wrong way. But make sure you find that training partner, and that's okay if you don't. Just watch YouTube videos like this, and you should be okay, right? Now this leads into my next step. I believe this is step number 4. This is 4, right? Next step. Go to a summer training camp. Go to summer training camp. I know obviously you can't go to summer training camp because we're in winter. That's not possible to go on a summer training camp in winter. But usually the off season is in the summer. Usually the season would start about now. It would have started about 2 months ago now because that's December. It would have started in October. But usually it would start in the summer. The off season would be in the summer, just like basketball. So go to a summer training camp and train, and especially if you're thinking of, if you know the wrestling club that you want to join, then see if they have a summer training program, because I love clubs that have summer training programs. So I see the guys that are coming in. I see the guys like, oh, you should definitely stay here throughout the season and stuff, because we have this, that, and so on, right? I love bringing as much people as I can into the sport of wrestling, because a lot of people they look at wrestling in a very weird way, some like non-wrestlers, and then when I bring them to one practice, it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely different than what I expected, right? So that's the only thing. So go to summer training camp because you're gonna get that training, and maybe you'll find your training partner. Maybe that's where you'll find your training partner, and you guys can train. But like I said, don't train with them every single practice. Train with, like, I like to make a goal every season to train with every single person on the team, except for, like, for a wrestling club. Except for the elementary kids. Sometimes I'll train with the elementary kids, but I like to train with guys like my level. And for high school, if you're wrestling in high school, then I like to train with everybody on the team. So, and so I like to do, so I can, learn to compete against everybody. Right? That's what, even if you're getting your butt kicked every day in practice, you're learning, right? As long as you're learning, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong in learning. So, and there's nothing wrong in getting your butt kicked while you're learning. So, it's a win-win situation either way. So, anyway, next step, you want to eat healthy. I know I kind of mentioned this, but I want to make a whole step on it because this is very important. I don't want you to be eating brownies, cookies, chips every single day. I don't want you to have a movie night every single day and you're eating popcorn. Popcorn's not that bad. But every night is kind of okay. Can't be doing that. Once in a while, popcorn's fine. Once in a while, brownie's fine. Like, I just had a brownie myself. So, but once in a while is okay, but not consistently. You got, like, if you're gonna eat brownies and stuff, make sure you're eating a healthy meal before that, right? Because brownies and stuff, that's like after. That's like dessert, right? So make sure you're eating a good, healthy, solid meal before you eat any of that junk. And then if you're gonna eat a lot of junk, like I said, work out hard the next day. Make sure you're working hard the next day, because you want to go into wrestling season in phenomenal shape. That brings me into my next step. I don't even know what step this is at this point. You guys gotta keep track. Next step, run 2 to 5 miles every day. I don't care if it's a rest day. I don't care if you're not hitting the weights today. Go for a run every single day. And if you're not feeling it that well, run at least a mile or 2 miles. That's all I ask. Just keep running. And if you can go further than 5 miles, definitely go for it. Because in wrestling, cardio is the most important. Yeah, you have technique and everything, but what good is technique down the stretch when you don't have cardio? Because I might share this match with you guys later, but there was this match I had at my regional tournament, and my final match, my gold medal match, it was against one of my friends, and he won that match because down the stretch I got sluggish. I got tired, right? And I was like all over the place, and he just had better cardio than me, right? I'm not afraid to admit that he had better cardio than me. He won that match fair and square. I was pretty much, it was back and forth to begin the match, right? But second round came, got tired. It was a tough match. It was a rough match. But it came down to the end of the second round, and it hit me, right? Like, I'm like, man, I need to work on my cardio, and that's where he got me. Ended up coming in second place. Still made it to OFSA, but obviously you want that gold medal. Right? So cardio is the most important. Run everything, even if it's on your treadmill. Even if you're running 10-15 minutes on your treadmill, that's fine too. 30 minutes I would suggest running on your treadmill. I know it seems a lot for beginners, but you're going to get used to it, trust me. You're going to get really used to it. And plus you're going to be doing cardio at practices as well. You're going to be doing consistent cardio at wrestling practice. You're like, wait, if I'm doing cardio at wrestling practice, why am I running every single day then? See, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be doing cardio at wrestling practice. Why should I run? It's completely different, because wrestling practice, depending on your club, it could be 2 hours, it could be an hour and a half, right? That's not enough, because you want to run every single day. If you're adding that extra cardio workout in, you're going to have an advantage over those opponents that don't, over those opponents that just, rely on the wrestling practices, right? So you're going to you're just gonna rely on that, and they're just gonna rely on that, and it's gonna be an advantage for you because you're the one running every single day, the one running on that treadmill, plus going to wrestling practices, plus doing weights, workouts, and stuff like that, push-ups and everything. So you're gonna have the advantage, right? Now it's getting close to the season. You want to go out and buy the equipment that you need. You want to go out and buy those wrestling shoes. Wrestling shoes are the most important. If I see you walk into practice, you know, 2 weeks into the season, at least 2 weeks, because the first week, you're not gonna have those shoes on. You're like, you're gonna. It takes time. I get it. 2 weeks into the season, if I see you walk in with Adidas running shoes or Reebok running shoes, I will hit you with the meanest and dirtiest double leg you have ever felt in your life. Trust me. I learned that that's a pet peeve, and I've had it done to me before too. I walked onto the mat my first year wrestling with non-wrestling shoes, and I get it. If you forget your wrestling shoes, then that's fine. Just tell me that, and I'll just hit you with a softer double leg, But if you forget your wrestling shoes, that's fine. That's happened to me before. But if you like you could get wrestling shoes, you walk in 2 weeks into the season without wrestling shoes, that's kind of a problem because I mean it's not illegal to wrestle without wrestling shoes at a tournament, but I would definitely 100% suggest it. You need wrestling shoes, and some coaches make it mandatory. Like it's not illegal, but some coaches will make it mandatory. Be like, you have to have wrestling shoes in order to go to a tournament because it's it's very very important. You need those shoes. So yeah, don't 2-3 weeks into the season, do not walk onto the wrestling mat with Reebok running shoes or Adidas running shoes. Just don't do it. You also, for if you could get a mouth guard as well. Mouth guard. I see a lot of wrestlers with mouth guards. That's definitely optional. Headgear is optional in Canada. I'm not sure about this. I think it's mandatory in the States. But headgear here in Canada, it's like if you have cauliflower ear or something like that, please wear headgear if you have cauliflower ear, please. And if you have, ringworm, don't come to practice, please. Or just, cover it up, please. You guys might find out what ringworm is down the stretch in the season from your teammates, or hopefully not you. Hopefully not you. But yeah, just make sure you're staying healthy and make sure you're getting those, knee pads even. Or if your knees are sensitive and you don't like scratching up your knees on the mat, then yeah, sure, get knee pads, or you could just wear track pants to practice. But at tournaments, obviously you can't wear track pants. So if you want knee pads, then you get out at knee pads. Elbow pads you don't really need. It's not the WWE. You don't really need elbow pads. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And the final step, go to practice. Go to practice every single day. Or if you have practice 2 days a week, that's even better. Even better. Go to practice. I don't want to see, because especially if you're wrestling club and school like how I did, I had practices Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't think I had practices on Friday. I might have had practice. No, I didn't. I didn't have practices on Friday. Schools were Monday and Wednesday, and club were Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, and Fridays were my off day. Even if you have practices 5 days a week, I don't care. If like if I'm your teammate, I'm pushing you to go to practice. Like, I used to be one of those kids. Like my first year of wrestling, I'm like, oh my gosh, practice. I have a little headache. I'm gonna go home, right? Then I started to my second year wrestling. Right when I moved, I'm like, man, practice is actually pretty important because I feel like if I went to practice enough in my first year, I could have made it to offset then. So I started going to practice more. I started to see that development, and I started to see myself get better. Right, so practice is very important. Very, very important. Even if there's an optional practice, I suggest you go, because you'll be in the coach's attention, and the coach will be like, oh, this guy's got some serious dedication, right? Because there was this one time, I know another story time. One of our coaches, he held a practice outside. It was winter. It was snowing outside. There was snow all over the ground. He held a practice on in a park. It was snowy. They were gonna run hills and stuff. I didn't go. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't. But I should have gone. I know only one or two guys went, so I suggest you go to those practices as well. Even if it's a non-wrestling practice, go, like that's a good cardio workout as well. Right. So actually, that wasn't the final step. The final step is meet the coach. Introduce yourself to the coach. Just don't go to practice and be like, "Hey man, I'm on the team." Introduce yourself. Be like, "Hey, my name is so and so. My experience is this, that. It's my first year wrestling, or I have, like, well, if the coach knows you and you're experienced in wrestling, then he'll obviously know you. But if you're a beginner, be like, hey, I have this much experience. Ask him, like, you. The good thing about wrestling is you're not gonna get cut. No one's ever gonna tell you you're not good enough. You never get cut from wrestling, so you don't have to ask him, oh, what are you looking for in the team? Just ask him tips on how to get better, right? And I guarantee you, he's probably gonna say, come to practice every day, and I just told you that. And I thought that's just a thing coaches say, just to just say it, but it's really true. Go to practice every single day. I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm gonna end it there. That is the final step. So if you're a beginner in wrestling, I suggest you watch this video, or if like you're thinking of going to wrestling, this video is definitely for you. So see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the videos, and you can see my workout videos, my stretching videos, these kind of videos, my tips for wrestling season, or maybe even basketball. Maybe I'll make some basketball tips as well, because I also do play basketball, but I'm more into martial arts right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I already said like, subscribe, turn notifications on, but like just do it. If you liked already, just like another one of my videos. No, I'm just alright, see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Stay cool.